Posted by you/Candid Plankton 9089. For context, my boyfriend Sam and I have been together for a year and a half. We broke up last summer for 2 months but got back together. During our break, Sam met up with his ex-girlfriend Rachel, whom he had dated for 4 years prior to our relationship. They only met up once, and nothing came of it. However, Rachel still has feelings for Sam and was hoping they would rekindle things. Rachel was enraged and threw a fit when she found out that Sam and I got back together. She sent him a lot of really nasty messages and continued to do so for several months afterward, even though he never responded to her. Rachel and Sam have mutual friends who are getting married, and they were both asked to be bridesmaid and groomsman in the wedding. In February, Rachel asked the bride if it would be okay for Sam not to have a +1 because she wouldn't be able to handle seeing him with anyone else. When Sam found this out, he immediately contacted both the bride and groom, who assured him that Rachel's request would not affect the decision about a +1. Since then, she has continued to try to reach out to Sam, even going as far as contacting me via Instagram about the upcoming wedding. She began harassing me and even admitted that contacting me was for her own self-gain. In April, Sam and I were both invited to the engagement party. Of course, Rachel was there, but we were having such a great time that we barely even noticed her. At 3 a.m. that night, Rachel texted Sam yet again, degrading both of us. She told Sam that he wasn't going to get a +1 to the wedding and to not make a fuss about it like last time. I found the comment odd because invitations haven't been sent out yet. Why is she the one telling him this instead of the bride or groom? Regardless, Sam finally responded to Rachel and told her to never contact us again. Fast forward to the present day, Sam got the wedding invitation, and it did not include a +1. He contacted the groom, and the response was that they had to prioritize other couples who have been together longer, live together, and or both know the bride and groom due to the budget. I know 100% that a wedding should only be about the bride and groom and what they want. If they don't want Sam to have a +1, that's their call. However, I'm not entirely convinced that Rachel didn't have a part in the decision. She is a lot closer to the bride than Sam is to the groom. So, would I be wrong for asking my boyfriend not to go to the wedding without me? This would mean he would have to drop out of being a groomsman. The only reason I feel uncomfortable with him going is due to Rachel's relentless harassment about the wedding. If she had been respectful and left us alone, I would have no problem with him going without me. However, that was not the case. She has continuously disrespected me, my boyfriend, and our relationship. She has no clue what a boundary is. I just want this to be over. Edit. My boyfriend and Rachel did not hook up when we were on a break. They just went to a bar for drinks. Afterwards, they met up with the bride and groom since they're all friends. My boyfriend said it was a bit awkward and that he didn't even know Rachel had any interest in getting back together until she found out we had reunited. Update 1 day later. My boyfriend talked to the groom, and due to the budget, they had to limit +1s to couples who live together or will be traveling out of town to attend. The wedding is being paid for by the bride's family, and it seems like they had input on who was invited. The groom wasn't fully aware of the extent of Rachel's behavior toward me and my boyfriend. He was also surprised to hear that Rachel had told my boyfriend in April that he wouldn't be getting a +1, as they hadn't made that decision at the time. My boyfriend came to realize that it was disrespectful for the bride and groom not to allow him a +1. Even if his ex wasn't attending, the wedding party should have priority over regular guests. That being said, he doesn't want to completely burn a bridge with the groom, and I don't want that either. We both agreed it would be fine for him to attend the ceremony but skip the reception. The groom said I would be allowed to attend the rehearsal dinner and welcome party. As for Rachel, my boyfriend plans to ignore her and immediately shut down at any of her antics. He is truly disgusted with Rachel and her erratic behavior. Ultimately, she wanted to break things up between me and my boyfriend, but she has only made us stronger. Second update 2 months later. Here's the final update regarding the wedding since it was this past weekend. Buckle up, because it's a long one. So, you might remember that the groom told my boyfriend months ago that I would be allowed to attend the rehearsal dinner, welcome party, and part of the reception, but I wouldn't be allowed to attend the ceremony or the dinner portion of the reception due to the budget. After the formalities were completed, I would be allowed to attend. Well, a week before the wedding, the groom invited my boyfriend to brunch on Sunday, the day after the wedding. He said it was going to be a super casual thing. However, I wasn't invited to this brunch. My boyfriend reassured me that he would not be attending without me. During the wedding rehearsal, my boyfriend decided to double-check with the groom about me attending the rehearsal dinner. It turns out I had been uninvited from the dinner, and we were informed of this just 30 minutes before it started. The groom told my boyfriend that I didn't have a seat but that he would love to have me at the welcome party afterward. My boyfriend skipped the rehearsal dinner, and we ended up going to a local bar until the welcome party began. When we arrived at the welcome party, the groom came up to me and apologized for the politics. He told me he was happy I was there and looked forward to having me at the reception the next day. Two people commented on us missing the rehearsal dinner, but I just changed the subject. After the welcome party ended, we all headed to a nearby bar. While I was standing at the bar talking to one of the guests, the bride inserted herself into our conversation. She would only look at and talk to the other girl, even though I was contributing as well. It felt just like the interview Kirsty Flaw did with Blake Lively. I felt so uncomfortable that I ended up walking away. The next day, before the wedding, I met up with a girl for brunch. She informed me that as soon as I walked away, the bride started talking crap about me. The bride told her that I was originally invited to the wedding, but Rachel, my boyfriend's ex, said she wouldn't be able to handle it, so I was uninvited. The girl said it seemed like the bride was trying to get her to distance herself from me and exclude me. It also felt like the bride was trying to get her to take Rachel's side. The bride admitted she was being petty but didn't care. Mind you, I had just met this girl, and we were casually chatting at the bar. Why the bride wanted to focus on causing drama and excluding me the night before her wedding is beyond me. Like, girl, focus on getting married. Around 8 p.m., when all the formalities were finished, I was finally able to attend. I'm not going to lie, dancing with my boyfriend in front of his ex-girlfriend felt extremely satisfying. I swear we didn't do it on purpose, but wherever his ex went, we always seemed to be nearby. She couldn't avoid us even if she tried. At one point, the bride and groom were dancing in the center, and I ended up directly across from his ex, in her line of sight. She actually turned her back just so she wouldn't have to see me, even though everyone else was facing forward. The only people who would talk to us were the other groomsmen and their dates. We ended up telling several of them the full story because they had no idea, so the whole night felt like sweet revenge. I will say, the groom came up to me multiple times, saying he was happy I was there. Whether he truly meant it or was just being performative, I have no idea, and honestly, I don't care at this point. The only reason my boyfriend didn't drop out of the wedding was because we were told I wasn't invited due to the budget. We were assured several times that it had nothing to do with his ex. If my boyfriend had known the full truth, he would have dropped out. By the time I found out the truth, it was already too late. My boyfriend was at the venue taking pictures, and the wedding was starting in an hour. Once the couple gets back from their honeymoon, my boyfriend and I plan on having a conversation with the groom. My boyfriend said he will be re-evaluating their friendship. Commenter: you guys are both dumb as rocks if you think any of these people are currently your friends or will continue to be your friends in the future, so please stop excusing their crappy behavior for budget reasons. It's obvious you were not wanted at the wedding, and both of you should have skipped the event. A real friend would have made you comfortable and not made you feel excluded. Ops response: thankfully, after all of this, my boyfriend now sees that the groom doesn't care about him as much as he thought.